3 weeks before the wedding, she said, I need time to explore my feelings for someone else. I canceled everything and walked away. Now she's divorced, broke, and begging at my doorstep, while I'm thriving with someone new. If you've ever been blindsided 3 weeks before your wedding, buckle up. This is my story, and I need to get it off my chest. I'm Alex, 28 at the time, and I thought I had it all figured out. Emily and I had been together for 5 years, since college. We met in a psych class. She was the outgoing one, always cracking jokes during lectures, and I was the quiet guy in the back row taking notes. Somehow we clicked. She said I grounded her, made her feel secure. I believed it. From the start, I was all in. I supported her through everything. When her mom got sick 2 years into our relationship, I took time off work to drive her to appointments, handled the bills when she couldn't focus. I even turned down a solid job offer in another state because she wanted to stay close to her family and build her career in marketing here in our mid-sized city. You're my rock, Alex, she'd say, curling up next to me on the couch after a long day. I sacrificed without a second thought, because that's what you do when you love someone. We talked about the future, kids, a house with a yard, the whole package. Last year, I proposed on a weekend getaway, nothing flashy, just a hike to her favorite spot at sunrise. She said yes, tears in her eyes, and we started planning the wedding. It was set for a beautiful outdoor venue, guest list of about 100, everything paid for mostly out of my savings since her job was still ramping up. I handled the deposits, the vendors, even helped her pick the dress. Things seemed perfect, or so I thought. But looking back, there were signs. About 6 months before the wedding, Emily started getting distant. She'd stay late at work, claiming team building with her colleagues. She mentioned this guy Jake a lot, a coworker in sales, super charismatic, she'd say with a laugh. I didn't think much of it at first. She had guy friends, and I trusted her. But then she started posting more on social media, subtle stuff, like photos from after-work drinks with the team, Jake always in the frame, grinning too wide. She'd compare our weekends to his stories. Jake just got back from skydiving. We should do something adventurous like that. I'd nod, suggest a trip, but she'd brush it off. It stung, but I chalked it up to wedding stress. Then, 3 weeks before the big day, it all came crashing down. We were at home, having what I thought was a normal dinner, pasta I'd cooked, her favorite. She was picking at her food, scrolling her phone. I asked if everything was okay, and she set her fork down, looking at me with this weird mix of pity and determination. Alex, we need to talk, she said, her voice steady, like she'd rehearsed it. I think we should postpone the wedding. I froze, fork halfway to my mouth. Postpone. Why? What's going on? She sighed, leaning back in her chair, arms crossed. I've been feeling drawn to someone else. Jake, from work. It's not like I've done anything physical yet, but these feelings are strong. I need space to explore them. It's not fair to you or me to rush into marriage without knowing for sure. Her words hit like a sucker punch, but she said them so casually, like she was discussing rescheduling a dentist appointment. Explore your feelings? Emily, we're 3 weeks out. Invitations are sent. Everything's booked. What about us? What about the last 5 years? She rolled her eyes a little, that smug edge creeping in. Don't make this dramatic, Alex. This is about my growth. You've been great, reliable, steady, but Jake makes me feel alive in ways you don't. He challenges me, pushes me out of my comfort zone. With you, it's just comfortable. And honestly, I deserve to figure out if there's something more before I commit forever. I sat there, staring at her, the room feeling smaller. Flashbacks hit me, nights I stayed up helping her with her resume, the time I loaned her money for that certification course when she was short. I'd given so much, and here she was, twisting it into some flaw. So, you're saying I'm not enough? That our life together is boring? Not boring, just safe. Predictable. Jake's spontaneous, exciting. We've already spent so much on the wedding. Maybe we can reschedule later, once I sort this out. But right now, I need to do this for me. It's not cheating, it's honesty. You should thank me for not going through with it blindly and resenting you later. Thank her? For getting me like this? Her logic was so twisted, making it sound like she was the hero for confessing. She sat there, expectant, like I was supposed to nod and agree. But something in me shifted. I wouldn't beg or yell. I'd seen enough of those stories, guys pleading, only to get dragged through more humiliation. No, if she wanted out, she'd get it. Okay, I said finally, my voice even. if that's what you need. She blinked, surprised. Really? You're not going to fight me on this? What's there to fight? You've made your choice. I stood up, cleared the plates, and started washing them like nothing happened. Inside, I was reeling. The confusion, the unfairness of it all. But I kept it locked down. That night, she packed a bag and left for a friend's place. I didn't ask questions. The next morning, I called the venue, the caterer, the florist, canceled everything. Some deposits were lost, but I ate the cost. I notified our families and friends with a simple message. The wedding's off. Emily and I are going our separate ways. No details, no drama. Her side blew up my phone. Her mom demanding explanations. Her sister calling me cold for not trying harder. I ignored them. I packed my things from our shared apartment that weekend. No confrontation, no last words. I left my key on the counter and walked out. Detached. Disappeared from her life. Just like that. But the silence after? That was the hardest part. The empty days where the betrayal sank in. Replaying her words, wondering how I missed it. It felt so undeserved, like I'd been a placeholder all along. I moved into a small place across town, threw myself into work. I was a project manager at a tech firm, and I started taking on extra hours, even applied for a promotion I'd passed on before. Nights were rough, staring at the ceiling, flashing back to the good times, the sacrifices. Like the time I skipped a family reunion to help her through a work crisis, or how I planned our honeymoon around her dream destinations. It all felt wasted now. The confusion gnawed at me. How could someone flip so suddenly? Was I really that predictable? But I didn't reach out. No drunk texts. No social media stalking. I blocked her everywhere, focused on rebuilding. Joined a gym, picked up hiking again, solo trips to clear my head. Therapy helped too, though I won't pretend it was instant. It took weeks of sitting with the pain, the silence echoing her dismissal. You should thank me. Yeah, right. The unfairness burned, but I let it fuel me instead of breaking me. Months passed like that. Me grinding her. Well, I try not to think about her, but were trickled in through mutual friends. At first, it was glowing. Emily and Jake were official, posting couple pics from spontaneous road trips, her captions all about living my best life. It twisted the knife, but I stayed silent. Then, cracks showed. A friend mentioned Jake was intense, arguments in public, him blowing up over small things. Turns out, he wasn't just charismatic. He was controlling. Pushed her to quit her job for a joint venture that was really his scheme, draining her savings. And the excitement? It was a facade. He had side flings, cheated openly once they moved in together. Emily rushed into marrying him. Some quick courthouse thing 6 months after leaving me, like she was proving a point. But karma doesn't play favorites. The marriage imploded fast. Jake got abusive, verbal at first, then worse. He isolated her from friends, spent what was left of her money on his business ideas that went nowhere. When she confronted him about the cheating, he bailed, leaving her with nothing but debt and an eviction notice. Her reputation tanked too. Workplace drama from the affair got her blacklisted in our industry circles. Mutual friends started distancing themselves once the full story emerged. We saw how she treated you, Alex. She's toxic. I heard bits and pieces. Her spiraling, alone in a crappy apartment, job hunting desperately. It was ironic, watching from afar as her growth led straight to ruin. But I didn't gloat. I just kept building. Landed that promotion, started dating casually, met people who actually valued stability. My internal voice shifted from why me to that was a bullet dodged. The betrayal still stung in quiet moments, but it didn't define me anymore. I was free, clearer than ever. It started small, about a year after the split. I'd just gotten settled into my new routine. Promotion locked in, a nicer apartment, even started seeing someone casually. Life was moving forward, and Emily was a fading memory. Then, one evening, my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but curiosity won. Alex, it's Emily. I got a new number. Can we talk? I miss you. I stared at the screen, the words pulling me back to that dinner table. Miss me? After exploring her feelings, I didn't respond. Blocked it. But that was just the beginning. A few days later, another text from her old work email, of all things. Hey, I know I hurt you, but things with Jake, they didn't work out. He wasn't who I thought he was. Abusive, controlling. I left him, got divorced last month. It's been hell. Remember how good we were. I made a huge mistake. Please, let's meet up. Coffee. For old time's sake. divorced. So that's how it went. She'd rushed into marriage with him, probably to make it all seem legitimate. But now, begging. Her tone was pleading, laced with that same self-focus. Her mistake. Her hell. No real apology for the pain she caused me. I typed back a single line. Not interested. Take care. Then blocked the email too. She didn't stop. Calls started coming from friends' numbers. Our mutual circle, or what was left of it. First was her best friend, Lisa, who I'd always gotten along with. She left a voicemail. Alex, it's Lisa. Emily's in a bad place. She's crashing on my couch. Lost her job because of the drama at work. Jake cleaned her out in the divorce. Left her with nothing. She's sorry, really. You two were great together. Just hear her out. For me. I didn't call back. Next came her sister, Megan, who was always blunt to a fault. She texted me. She texted, "Grow up, Alex. Emily's hurting bad. You owe her a conversation after all those years you mooched off her emotionally. Be a man and pick up the phone." Mooch. I'd supported Emily through everything. Toxic, just like her. Locked. Then Emily escalated. A week later, she showed up at my office building. Must have asked around to find out where I worked now. I was heading out for lunch when I saw her waiting by the entrance, looking disheveled, eyes red like she'd been crying. "Alex, please, don't walk away. I need to talk to you." I stopped, kept my distance, voice steady. "Emily, this isn't the place. Or the time." She stepped closer, words tumbling out desperate. "I was wrong, okay? So wrong." Jake seemed exciting, but he was a nightmare. Yelled at me constantly, cheated with half the office, took all my savings for his stupid investments. I'm broke, Alex. Alex. Living in a motel now, applying for jobs, but no one's hiring after the rumors. My friends are done with me. Even mom thinks I screwed up. But you? You were always there. Stable. I need that now. We can start over. Postpone was stupid. I want the wedding back, the life we planned. Her hypocrisy hit hard. Now stability was a virtue? After mocking it as predictable, she reached for my arm, but I stepped back. "Emily, that life doesn't exist anymore. You chose to explore elsewhere. I'm done." Her face twisted, the desperation flipping to anger. "Done? Just like that? After everything? You're cold, Alex. Selfish. I thought you loved me. Real love fights for it. But fine. Rot alone. You'll regret this when you realize no one else will put up with your boring ass." She stormed off, shouting over her shoulder. "You're the one who lost out." I watched her go, heart rate steady. No outburst from me. Just back to work, like it never happened. But inside, the power shift was clear. She was unraveling, grasping at what she'd thrown away while I stood firm. Her attempts kept coming. More texts from burners. Her dad even called once, gruff and unpleasant. "Son, family's family. Emily's learned her lesson. Don't be stubborn. Fix this." I hung up mid-sentence. It peaked a month later. She emailed from a new account. "Alex, I'm sorry for the outburst. I'm just scared. Everything's falling apart. Evicted yesterday. Sleeping in my car. Please, help me. I know I don't deserve it, but for what we had." One conversation. Attached was a photo of her ring. Our engagement ring, I realized. I kept it. Means we can try again. Pathetic. Hypocritical. She was showing her true colors now. Manipulative. Entitled. Raging when denied. I didn't reply. Blocked again. The silence from my end was my shield. I'd sat with the betrayal long enough. Her desperation didn't pull me back. It just confirmed I'd dodged a lifetime of this. By then, I'd met Sarah. We connected at a hiking group. Nothing forced. Just easy conversations turning into dates. She was kind, ambitious, valued the same things. Loyalty. Growth without the drama. For the first time, I felt truly seen. Not like a safe backup. Life was good. New friends. Travel plans. Even thinking about buying a place. Emily's chaos. Irrelevant noise. Then came the final nail. Our mutual friend Tom's wedding. Ironic, since it was the same venue we'd booked originally. I RSVP'd yes. Brought Sarah as my plus one. Didn't think about Emily until I spotted her across the lawn during the ceremony. A last-minute invite through her lingering ties to the group. She looked rough. Thinner. Forced smile. Solo. Our eyes met. She beelined for me during the reception. "Alex," she whispered, pulling me aside near the bar. Seeing this, it kills me. We could have had this. Jake's gone for good. Divorced me. Left me destitute. No job. No home. Friends ghosting because they know what I did to you. I realize now what I lost. Take me back? Please. I'll change. You were my everything. Her voice cracked, eyes pleading, but it was all about her loss. Her realization. No acknowledgement of my pain. Just desperation cloaked in regret. Sarah was chatting nearby, oblivious for now. I looked at her, calm, detached. Emily, that chapter's closed. I've moved on. Better job. New city vibes. And someone who actually sees my worth. I nodded towards Sarah. Meet her later if you want. But this? Us. It's over. You wanted growth. I found mine without you. You're not part of my peace anymore. She recoiled, face paling. But I need you. How can you be so indifferent? After 5 years. Easy. I said firmly. You taught me to prioritize myself. Thanks for that lesson. Now, enjoy the party. I walked away, joining Sarah, who slipped her hand in mine. Emily stood there, alone amid the celebration. Her failure on full display. Whispers from guests who'd heard the stories. Her isolation stark against the joy around us. She didn't follow. Last I heard, she slunk out early. No more texts after that. Karma delivered, ironic and complete. Reddit, if you're reading this, trust the process. Walk away with dignity. The rest sorts itself.